going on? Jerome's super fired up because it just feels like football season is here. And here in the great state of Minnesota, it's been a bit of a heat wave, but heat wave sort of broke. It's going to be like mid 70s all week long. Soon, that's going to be 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s. He could go all the way. That's right, babe. Also, I forgot how much I love this Liverpool sweatshirt because I can go deep V. Also deep is my love for the Vikings' future because you got to feel good right now. Like, I understand since 1961, this team has been here just to kick Vikings fans straight in the ding ding. Right? Like, just kick us in the nuts every single year. This is our year. Then it is not. And it's more than just like being the Lions, who've just been a moribund, morose, dead on arrival franchise for so many years. That's why they're low energy, except for last year. Cool. Enjoyed that NFC title game. But I mean, it's been the Vikings. 0-4 in the Super Bowls. You had some of the best teams in football history under Bud Grant, and you didn't get there. And then 98 and 2000 and 09 and 2017 and blah, 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 blah. Right. But as of right now, you got to feel good. I understand that there are concerns. Interior defensive line, interior offensive line, the secondary, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like right now the Vikings do have the nuts and bolts for a very serious contender for many, many years in the very near future. Well, starting off at the top. So Kevin O'Connell, I know that a couple years ago, some of us were on the Jim Harbaugh bandwagon. Fully understand that, but we'll also I like how Harbaugh just won a natty at Michigan and then just got out of Dodge ahead of the posse. It's very Pete Carroll-ish, but but Kevin O'Connell has proven to be the strong leader that the Vikings do need. He is a modern players coach. It isn't all like, oh, my way or the highway. Blah, 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 blah. Like he understands. Like he communicates, and him being a former player also I think certainly helps things. Plus, the mind meld between him, J.J. McCarthy long term is going to pay dividends for the Vikings because you are going to have that continuity at the quarterback position. You are going to have that continuity on offense and offensive play caller. So things are good there. Kwesi, so 2022 draft started out a little bit tough, but 2023 came around, found Ivan Pace Jr. as a UDFA. This year's free agent class I thought was spectacular with Aaron Jones, Grenard, AVG, etc. Ooh, Cashman outside, how about that? As well as this draft class. Woo. And also the decision, because the safe move would have been just to pay Kirk Cousins and pay Danielle Hunter, but Kwesi just like, nah. We're turn the page, let them walk, and those void year dead cap hits came home to roost this year. But guess what? The Vikings are going to have all of the cap space available next season. The Vikings projected to have $50 million plus, even after extending Jefferson and even after extending Darisaw. Also, speaking of them, so you have the best wide receiver in the game under contract. And yes, it is going to be a very team-friendly deal once that thing gets meted out a little bit. Same thing with the Darisaw deal. I understand the sticker shock, highest paid left tackle in NFL history and guarantee at the time, since been laughed by Tristan Wirfs, but it's a 6-year contract. It's a true extension. Darisaw had 2 years left, and the thing is going to get very team-friendly here very quickly. And knocking on all the wood, if Darisaw stays healthy, I think that he could be one of the best, if not the best, left tackle in the game. So, got your quarterback of the future. You have receivers with Jefferson, Addison, Hawkinson's under contract too, going to be healthy and good to go. And then you have your left tackle, who's going to be one of the best in the game. And then you get to McCarthy, right? And even if the future is not now, and even if it is Sam Darnold this year, you still have to feel really good about how McCarthy has operated in training camp. The moment's not too big for him. He's decisive. The arm is live. And you can just tell he has this charismatic leadership that a lot of guys are going to follow for many years to come. The kid just has it, right? And that's the whole thing about the quarterback position. Like, do you have it or don't you? And it's undefinable, but it's a mix of intangibles. It's a mix of how you play on the field. And you can pretty safely say that J.J. McCarthy has it. I thought that Teddy Bridgewater had it before his leg fell off. I thought that Christian Ponder didn't have it. Nah. Kirk Cousins, sometimes I thought he had it, sometimes he didn't. But it is what it is. And then defensively, Unfortunately, Brian Flores may be here for a couple of years. Well, unfortunate for him because he definitely deserves to be a head coach, but very fortunate for us, the team and the fan base, because I think that he is a true leader of men. I think that he's one of the best defensive minds in the game. I think that he's going to get this unit to be a top 10 defense this year. That's what I said, and I love the fusion talent on that side of the ball. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to be multiple. They're going to be just disgustingly fun to watch, right? And Diamond Dallas Turner is going to bring that heat, going to be a talisman on the edge. He's going to be the modern day Chris Dolman, rest in power, for many years to come for the Vikings. And then, the interior could use some work, but that's what you got cap space next year for. Go hard in the paint for Osa Odigizua from Dallas, or Lee McNeil, the real deal with Lee McNeil from the Lions. Just snatched him away like Debo's chain, and just go from there, man. But either way, Ivan Pace Jr. is going to be a superstar. Love me some Diamond Dallas Turner. Secondary-wise, they got the deepest safety room in the league. Cornerback-wise, need a little bit of help. But also, a great pass rush is a great equalizer in terms of the secondary. So I think the one hand will indeed wash the other. And Will Rackford looks to be a nail driver at the kicking position, which has been a bane of the Vikings' existence for the last 3 decades. And now, again, you could be the most curmudgeon, stick in the mud, negative Nancy Debbie Downer Vikings fan. You got to feel kind of good about the future, man. Yeah, I mean, there's ways that they can improve. Every single team does. Even during the Patriots dynasty run, they could improve. Same thing with the Chiefs right now. They could improve. And the Vikings, I think the Vikings are set up because they have premium players in their prime at all the premium positions, right? And Kevin O'Connell and Brian Flores, that duo together, I think is going to be good to go for a number of years. And baby, things are just set up, especially at the quarterback position. And like I said, I'm super fired up about J.J. McCarthy. And even if it's not this year, even if Darnold holds down the fort, I hope he does well, because that enhances his trade value for in a tag and trade, and or him getting paid. The Vikings potentially be in line for a comp pick next year, but I think they are going to spend up at free agency next year, so that could be moot. But either way, once the future starts with J.J. McCarthy, the kid has it. And the bonus not going to be too big for him. And even if we have to wait a year, I mean, the future is going to be glorious. And just imagine having a franchise quarterback with your franchise receiver, your franchise left tackle. Addison looks to be another wide receiver 1. Hockenson is a top 3 tight end in the league, and he's not 3. And then a defense that's going to bring hellfire and fury down on everyone. Come on, man. But that's it. Super fired up about the Vikings' future. You guys know what to do. Skull production value. Bark, bark, bark.